Hello friends, a very good morning to all of you and myself Sanjeev Thakur and your physics teacher, St. Thomas School. So today we are going to start the chapter electricity since we have completed in the notes the light chapter but yet to discuss many things in the light chapter, but whenever the school will be reopened then we will discuss many of the things because practical work we are able to do in the lab only. So that's why some practical problems are there, that is we have to see the many things in laboratory, then we can go forward for the further things. That's why I stopped that chapter. Now I'm going to explain the electricity part, and it is the first chapter, and we have started with the light. So many of the students have completed the notes, very good, and now you will have to take the interest and give your positive feedback that if you are getting everything, then you are giving your feedback in the lecture after the loading in the group, and see if any problem is there, you can call me individually and ask whatever the doubt is. Okay, so this is electricity means this is study of charges. This is the study of charges. Now first of all, we must clear what is called as charge. What is called as charge? So the concept of charge is actually taking its birth from the atom. So since we are predicting an atom in which we are getting this, the core is nucleus, and rest outside the nucleus we have, cell, you can say, orbital, you can say, where the electrons are moving. So we have the two kind of particle. The proton is inside the, nucleus, and electron is outside the nucleus. And always the number of proton, that is n is the number of proton, means 11. Then 11 proton, 10 proton. They are always equal to number of electron. So in atom, always the number of protons are equal to number of electron. That's why in an atom, the number of proton equal to number of electron means there is the total charge equal to 0. Total charge is equal to 0. So how the concept of charge comes, that is, if we are disbalancing, means you are disturbing the atom. You are disturbing the atom. Now how the atom is disturbed? Now try to see. This we have taken an atom where the number of proton is equal to number of electron. Now assume that what we disturb this atom like that this is having n number of proton. Now from this outer cell might be any number of electron, that would be always equal to n. Now we have removed one electron. Now we have removed one electrons. So what you should say? You should say now we have n number of proton, but since the one electron is removed from the outer cell of the atom, then the number of electron now remaining as n minus 1 electron. So these things is not equal. ये बराबर, this is not, ये बराबर नहीं है, ठीक है? So NP means number of proton are now not exactly equal to number of electron. So now try to understand that if we have, now we are taking the practical situation, like we are having, 2 proton inside. Now we have removed one electron outside. So previously it was 2 electron, but now 1 electron has been removed. So now the electron would be 1e. Okay, now the 1 electron would be 1e. So try to understand, when we have 2 proton inside the atom nucleus, but only we are left with 1 electron. So the proton is positively charged, you can say, and electron is negatively charged. So these two particles having same charge. So for the one proton and the one electron, when you add the charge, because this is equal and opposite, the charge would be 0. But to balance the other protonic charge, the electron has already left the atom. So we can say that when the electron has already left, now this is the invalencing situation when one protonic charge is cancelled with the one electronic charge. But for the other proton, we do not get any other electronic charge because that electron has already removed from the atom. So that's why we can call that one protonic charge left in the atom. One protonic charge left in the atom. So this we will try in the language of chemistry. Like that, we are having an atom X. Okay, now X is losing one electron. So we cannot write this as X. We can put a star over it. Okay, so X is converting to X star by removing one electron. Now this X star is called as deficient of one electron because electron has removed. So this is deficient of one electron means one protonic charge. That is I have already explained. Okay, na? Similarly, if X is doing like that, that is X is losing two electron. Maybe out from the outer shell, the two electron can move. So what now X double star is? It is deficient of two electron. So how much charge it would have? 2 positive because 2 protonic charge is not going to be balanced up. So this is the condition, that is now try to understand how the charge is defined. Charge is not only positive and negative concept. It is something different. So now try to understand that X is atom. Clear? X is atom. So when it placed with the X atom, in the neighborhood of X atom, they would not repel each other. They will not attract each other. We are ignoring the gravitational force because gravitational force is practically applicable for the massive body. But you know, atom is not so massive. It is very having very less mass. So in Janine, we can say that when the X atom is kept with the X atom, for example, we are taking sodium atom. Okay, so sodium atom is electrically neutral. Why? Because always in atom, in every atom, whether it is chlorine, whether it is sodium, whether it is vanadium, every atom of the periodic table is neutral. Keep in mind, because always the God has provided for the atom an equal number of proton and equal number of electron. These are the conditions which let the electron to be charged. Let the electron to be charged. Just I have explained. That is, by removing of the electrons, we are creating invalencing situation between the electron and proton. So the electron will be less, then protonic charge will win. And in the next example, I am going to tell you that is when the electron will be higher, then it is also possible that we will discuss later on. That is, right now we are just considering, that is, X atom and X atom, they are not attracting. So we are taking the example of sodium. Okay, we are taking the example of sodium. The sodium is an atom. When it is placed in the neighborhood of sodium, they do not get any kind of attraction and repulsion. But my dear friends, now take a practical example like sodium. The atomic number is 11. So atomic number is 11. Configuration is 2, 8, 1. Okay. So by the any mean, if the one electron is removed, because one electron we have removed, so now the sodium, when removing one electron like that, so it become one deficient of electron means proton remain as usual. Like 11 proton was there and 11 electron was there in previous condition of the atom. Now you have reduced the one electron, it is removed from the atom. So now in the new situation, the 11 proton is there and 10 electron are there. So you can say that 10 protonic charge is equal to 10 electronic charge. They nullify each other. But for the 11th proton, 11 proton means one protonic charge remain unneutralized, you can say. So this is the theme of the story, that is sodium converting to sodium positive by removal of one electron. Now try to understand that when this Na positive, means deficient of one electron, is kept in the neighborhood of Na positive as usual. So now there would be a great repulsion force between the two sodium Na positive, species. So actually what is happening, previously the sodium atom was doing nothing, neither attracting nor it is repelling. But now you will feel that these two bodies, that is Na positive and Na positive, they will repel with a great force. Great force. Okay. Now this kind of force we will try to understand by the magnet. Okay. So this you can see a magnet, simply magnet. Okay. And we have taken one more magnet like that. Okay. Now try to understand that I am removing one of the magnet and now I am placing a pencil. So when I place this magnet toward the pencil, there is no kind of attraction and repulsion between the two things. So this is the same condition when the two atoms, I am telling atoms means electrically neutral, number of proton is equal to number of electron. So they will not attract or repel each other. Now I am just taking example, that is, now this atom like sodium, we have taken the example, that is, we have removed one electron from the sodium and the one removed electron making the state of the sodium as Na positive. So we are now assuming that is, this is a similar atom, that is Na positive. This is a similar atom, Na positive. Now you will see the beauty, that is, when this magnet is kept now near, what is going to be happen? This attract. Why this attract? Because we are having one is positive and one is negative. Now try to understand. This is repulsion format is like that. So we are now facing, ये देखो, ये actually this is very important. ये देखो, मैं कुछ नहीं करूंगा और ये इसकी फोर्स की वजह से ये आगे बहेगा. See this. See this. See this. So this is means whenever the same poles are facing each other, so sodium positive and sodium positive are the same pole, means just same charges. So they are repelling. So why this magnet is attracting? Because at the same time we are facing the north and south, then they will attract. But when we face the north and south, north and north, they will repel each other. This is the concept. Okay, so just I am telling you that is this force exists and this is a very a strong force actually. So this force is letting the body to repel each other. Okay, yeah, just like that. So this is the force where this force is not seen actually by the open eyes, but this force exists. Look. Okay, so this is the same thing happening for the charged body. So now try to understand the theme, that is, the atom is now coming to the state where it now start attracting or repelling the other same charged body with a great force. That property by virtue of which the charged body is attracting and repelling other charged body is known as charge. Okay, so now the same thing like I had told you, that is Na positive is kept with Na positive, then they have repelled each other, means throwing outward. So now I'm having the one more example, that is like we have sodium, it is giving, it is formed by, because Na positive was formed by removal of one electron. Now taking the chlorine is having a configuration 2, 8 and 7. So this if become 8, it will get the noble gas configuration. So chlorine means it need one electron. So whatever the reaction is, sodium is formed due to removal of one electron. So this chlorine is having tendency to take the electron. Now try to understand. That is Na positive plus one electron. It was actually the sodium. Now this one electron is accepted by the chlorine. So we should write chlorine plus one electron. So this become chlorine negative. Now try to understand how it become chlorine negative. Now in chlorine, the atom of the chlorine we have three cells. That is, this is the nucleus. We can say this is a nucleus. And the outside cell, first cell having two electron like that. This one, sorry. And after that we have 8 electron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And the further last having 7 only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. This you can prepare at home. So what I'm telling you, that is previously it was having 17 proton is equal to 17 electron. In an atom always it is done. But what I'm telling you, that is chlorine is accepting one electron. Chlorine is accepting one electron. Now after accepting one electron, the nucleus proton will never go anywhere. Always keep remember that in any kind of reactions, in any kind of sharing, any type of bonding, the proton from the nucleus do not take part. It remain in nucleus. Only the electron is doing everything. Either they are taken or either they are given. So what I am telling, that is we have 17 electron now and 17 proton in a original atom. Now, what is happening now? 17 proton remain in the nucleus, but now we have taken one more electron from outside. So this become 18. So now you can say that 17 proton charge is equal to 17 electron charge as a equal and opposite. So they will nullify each other and the charge was 0 for the chlorine atom. But when the chlorine atom is now accepting one electron, then it is having 17 proton but 18 electron. The charge of the 17 proton is cancelled by the 17 electron. So only one electronic charge is remaining there unbalanced. So this kind of charge, it is excess electron. It is excess electron, you can say. So sodium is deficient of electron and chlorine is having excess of electron. So this is called as positive because of deficient of electron, and this is called as negative because having excess electron. And my dear, these two are attracting each other, and you eat daily. That is sodium chloride, namak. Okay? It is a salt. So Na positive is attracting chlorine because this is having deficient electron, positive charge. This is having excess electron, having negative charge. So this is the concept of the charges. Mean same charges are attracting? No, they are repelling. And opposite charges are attracting each other. So now one can ask from you, what is charge? So you say charge is nothing positive and negative. Charge is actually, no, I am saying and you are writing slowly and noting down all these things from the lecture. I will see your notes. You have to give feedback to me. Okay, so now see, just I am telling that is sodium and chlorine is becoming sodium chloride. I am just focusing over the definition of charge actually. So many of you are only familiar that charge is positive and negative. Like we took a cell, and cell is also having positive and negative that we put in the remote and all these things are in watches, wall watches. So charge is actually, keep remember, it is the physical property. Means something is related with the physical appearance, that is mass. ठीक है ना? कि charge is the physical property of, क्या लिखेंगे? Mass. Definitely it is written as mass. So charge is the physical property of mass. ठीक है? Which is responsible for electrostatic force which is responsible for electrostatic force of attraction and repulsion. Okay, so what we know now about a charge? Charge is not a positive, charge is not negative. It is later on we have given the convention for that. Otherwise, the charge is the physical property, means a change coming on the mass. Like I told you, atom do not attract each other. But when the atom is deficient of electron and atom is having excess electron, then they start attracting and repelling each other. Same repelling, and opposites are attracting. So the charge having is the physical property of the mass which is responsible for electrostatic. Now, what is the meaning of electrostatic? Means charges are in rest and the force which always developed between the charges, may be attracting, may be repulsive, is known as electrostatic force. Electro means charges, static means stationary, in rest, and a force of attraction and repulsion. So we can say that charge is the physical property of mass which is responsible for a new kind of force that is called as a electrostatic force of attraction and repulsion. Because in ninth class you read about what is called as gravitational force. Gravitational force. Okay, so what was gravitational force? It is a force between the two masses. It is always attractive, but this is the force between two charges. It is not between the masses. It is between the charges. When the mass converting to charge, when the mass converting to charged body, then the charged body is having different kind of force, and that is electrostatic force. I am going to tell you the very interesting fact about the connection of the gravitational force and the electrostatic force. The gravitational force is very big force, very big force, but the electrostatic force is very strong force, very strong force. Can you imagine? It is 10 raised to the power 27. Electrostatic force is 10 raised to the power 27 times stronger. Can you believe this? How mighty it is? It is 10 raised to the power 27 times stronger than the gravitational force. It's quite interesting. So now keep in your mind that charge is the physical property of mass which is responsible for the electrostatic force existing in the form of attraction and repulsion between the two charges. On the base of deficiency and on the base of excess electron, we have assumed actually. Okay, now I am going to tell you the main concept, that is proton and electron. Actually, this is not positive and this is not electron. Electron is not negative. It is the convention done by the scientist. Because when the proton and proton kept near to each other, they are repelling. Okay, and when the electron and electron was kept together, they are also repelling. So they are told same charges and they are told as same charges. Okay, but when the proton is kept with one electron, then they attract each other. So just like we call the human as male and female, just like this is the convention done by the just after the invention, after the coming of the man and the civilization and the language, all these things, we have kept this as male and female, and similarly we are just giving the charge name as proton as positive, then electron should be negative, because proton is the one thing which is repelling proton itself. Electron is the one thing which is repelling the electron itself. So when the proton and electron kept together, they attract each other. On the base of attraction, one charge is given positive and one charge is giving negative. Okay? Now, although the next concept is the total content of the charge of the proton is always equal to total content of the electron. But they are as such that the proton and electron are kept together, they neutralize each other. What is the meaning of neutralization? Means like one positive is kept with one negative, it is getting zero. That's why these two charges are known as equal and opposite charge. So now I am going to tell you that is charge. Now it is measured in the scientist name Coulomb. Charge is measured in coulomb. Charge is measured in coulomb. Next is you have to write. It is in CGS. This is the SI unit, dosto, friends, and this is CGS, stat coulomb. Now you are interested. What is the relation between 1 coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 stat coulomb. Also, 1 coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9. It is also stat coulomb is having other name also, and that is E dot S dot U. So how it is abbreviated? Electrostatic unit. You write on the copy. 1 coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 ESU, means electrostatic unit, and either ESU or either you can write stat coulomb. Stat coulomb. So 1 coulomb is like that. So this you will keep in your mind, that the charge is, first of all, charge is physical property of mass. So on the basis of convention, the charges are of two types. One is positive and one is negative. Similar charge repel and opposite charge attract each other. Clear? Similar charge repel each other and opposite charge repel each other. The SI unit of charge is coulomb. CGS unit of the charge is stat coulomb, and charge is coming in the category of scalar. Like force was a vector, the charge is now a scalar. Charge is now a scalar. So this is the concept regarding charge. Okay, so what you are supposed to do on your copy, what are the things I told and how I explained, you will briefly write in on your copy that what I am telling, and slowly you can pause the video. This is the advantage, that we can again and again see the video, pause and again see the preview look, and noting down the things on your copy, because this is also the notes that you have to keep in your copy. This is your smartness, that how in good form you are forming the notes. And my dear students, give the feedback of the lecture, that you are liking the lecture, then or it is good, it is bad. You can give me the message, and you can also put in the group also. So please try to understand and think over the things. And if you are finding any doubt, then you are always welcome. You are all very welcome. You can ask many times, but send message on the personal WhatsApp, or you can call also. So please do the works very, very sincerely, and hope so that we will meet very soon in the classes. But this is, crucial time of the coronavirus, and we have to be synchronized, and whatever the teacher are telling and whatever the teacher are giving to you, you should follow. So thank you so much.